Reality recap.
Hi, everyone. Yes, I know you have the reunion. Yes, we have 2 more episodes. And then we have the reunion, of course.
I look like the slay. I look like a mom. She was like, you the one that look like you got a high body count hair. I fell the fuck out, y'all.
Candace, has Deborah reached out to you to apologize after the episode aired showing Chris did not flirt with her?
She wouldn't dare. She would get eaten for breakfast.
Oh boy.
No, she's doubling down.
Why would you go meet with Ray J without talking to Princess or letting her know why? Like, she's trying to justify that she told her after the fact and not supposed to make it.
What do you think of your ex-husband Jim coming out and saying you did not try to stop him from suing Shannon and Tamara?
That's a good question. Well, I mean, if his memory is a little foggy about what transpired back then, that's okay. However, he did admit that I had nothing to do with the...
Reality recap. Reality recap.
What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. We're doing things a little different this week. We're recapping on Sunday instead of Saturday for the latest episode of Love After Lockup. I have one of my favorite previous cast members with me today, Melissa, who was not only on, you were on Love During Lockup and Love After Lockup, right? You did both?
And Life After.
And Life After Lockup. So she is the OG of all things Love After Lockup related. We are streaming right now across Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Melissa's also streaming on her Instagram. You hit go live, right? You hit that?
I hit
okay.
it.
So streaming across her Instagram right now. We're going to get into just a little catch-up session with Melissa, and then we're going to go into, again, this Friday's episode of Love After Lockup. Lots to discuss. A lot of things happening after the episode with some lives and some posts. It's getting real juicy. I just posted a little piece of that for you guys on my pages, so make sure you check it out. And the chat's alive right now, so make sure to comment your thoughts on the episode as I give you my unsolicited thoughts, as well as Melissa, and any questions you may have on the show or for Melissa as we get started. And we're going to put the couples up on the screen in a minute so y'all, can put faces with the names if you haven't started watching this season. We're about, 2-3 episodes in now of the new season, so it's getting juicy. I'm enjoying it. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. But Melissa, thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited we could align schedules. You're a busy lady.
I know, no, thank you. And thank you for, rearranging your schedule to have me on a Sunday.
No problem. I appreciate it. Anything for you, girl. So tell us, how's life right now? You guys seem like hustlers working multiple jobs. That's why we had to move to the Sunday.
Yeah.
But tell us how life's going right now.
Yeah, I mean, we're just enjoying being engaged, if you guys forgot.
How could we?
Yeah. And we're just, like Louis trying to really focus on the real estate. So we're just trying to work hard, save money before we, get to that big wedding, hopefully soon.
So you are planning the wedding? Have you started planning and you have a date in mind or anything? How's that going?
Yeah, it's really not going. We're kind of like at a standstill because, it was like right after we got engaged, Louis got into the real estate. So we didn't even think he was going to be able to get his license. And we thought that if he was going to be able to get it, it was going to take much longer. We were shocked. Everyone was shocked that he got the license approved. So now it's kind of we're just kind of putting the wedding planning on the back burner while he really focuses on this because it's coming into like the busy season for selling houses.
Right. Yeah, out of the winter season, everybody moves around this time when it's not cold and dragging your furniture through the snow and the cold. So, well, congratulations to him on the license. I think that's a great move for him and you guys as well. I thought that was dope. I still, his motivational speeches, I see them posted all the time. It seems like you guys are doing really well. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anything else you want to let us know? Do you have a specific date you're going to share with us, or are you just not worked out yet?
No, we don't. But I mean, even if we did, I probably wouldn't be able to say it. But no, but we really don't have a date. I mean, I definitely don't want to wait too much longer because I'm going to be 42 this year. He's going to be 44. It's like, I'm getting older by the minute, and when I get in a wedding dress, like
You want to
I
look
want to
good?
still look good, you know.
Well, you look amazing, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. Are you guys gonna be back on the show again? Are you, or is that part over?
I don't, I mean, anything's possible for the future. I mean, both of us love being on the show, so we would definitely be open to like sharing more of our story if that was, if the opportunity came, we would definitely do it.
Yeah, we TV, we want Louis and Melissa wedding special. Okay, that's
Yeah.
what we want. And they're checking in on Facebook. They said they're so happy for you. Thank you, Toria, for commenting. And I have to ask, how are things with you and Louis's mom? How are you guys getting along?
Well, I mean, we really haven't. She came here in January or December for the holidays
Mhm.
for a few weeks, and we spent some time together, and we were like, I thought we were like moving forward, but then it's kind of hard. Like once she goes back to Georgia, like I don't really have a relationship with her.
Okay.
Yeah, like we really don't talk, other than like if we're all together or something. So I don't know. I feel like she still kind of thinks that I'm too hard on him, and like it's like I don't know like when he talks to her, what he says, and then
Okay.
like yeah, so like I don't know. I feel like there's still it's still like we're still not at the best place.
Okay, it's still a work in
Yeah,
progress.
it's
I
still a work in
understand.
progress. Yeah.
How about with your family? Is Louis doing well with your family and your dad? How's your dad doing, by the way?
He's good. I mean, he was having some like health issues like
Yeah,
the past season, but I think he's doing better. Like he's finally gaining more weight and
that's good.
better. But I think that my family like has finally accepted Louis, because he's just keeps proving them wrong left and right. So really there's nothing left to say about him now, unless he really like did something to fuck up.
And that's good. That's good that he, we see often with this show where it's the other way around and the families are truly usually right. So to see him prove them wrong and just keep striving and doing well, that's awesome. And
Yeah.
Toria was also asking, I know I asked you this before we started. She said, is he still working all of those jobs? So I asked the
I
same question, Toria.
Yes, no, he's still working at the pizza place. He hasn't really been doing much of the training recently because, he just doesn't have enough time. He did go down like one less day at the pizza place to focus on the real estate, but it's hard because, the real estate, it's not like guaranteed money. You're not making money unless you're selling a house. So it's a lot of
Right.
like marketing yourself before you get there. So at least he's like, I'm happy he's still at the pizza place. I never thought I would say that. No, but I'm happy he's still there, so he has like consistent income while he's chasing this other dream. But right now, like there's really no time for the personal training. I mean, I suppose if someone wanted to train at like 6 a.m., he'd probably do it.
Yeah. And maybe he can do some virtual trainings. And I just think, honestly, his motivational speeches on his page, I think from a content standpoint, that's great in itself that he shares his story. I know he was recently on the Crime Stories piece with WeTV telling, what happened when he was arrested. So him just sharing his life story and experiences, I think that's great. I think, he'll continue to grow his content and following from that as well. And that can only just bleed into the real estate business.
Yeah, yeah, because like right, the more he's recognized, and people are like, "Oh, you're Louis, the positive guy." He's also speaking at a high school this week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so which he's spoken there a few times before, but he volunteers, goes speak to like the sixth graders and like tells them his story. So yeah, I think any kind of exposure for him is good, just like getting his name out there, his business cards, and hopefully people want to like work with him in the future, when they want to sell a house or buy a house.
Yeah, I think that's great. Now tell me about you in the post office. Like, how do you work and you're this TV personality? Like, has that changed? Are you like a superstar at work? What's going on there?
No, like it's funny because I work in like a small office and nobody there, like probably with 14 people. And like, I one of the girls, we're like tight. She's like my work bestie. And we she knows about the show, but like I'm sure everyone else like knows about it, but like nobody talks about it, like it's
That's
like nobody talks about it. So it's like funny 'cause it's like, okay, I know you guys are like know that I was been on this show, but on my route, people recognize me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've even had like been walking down the street delivering mail, and this has happened like 3 times. Had a car pull over and be like, "Are you Melissa from Love After Lockup? Can I take a picture with you?" It's like they're like shocked that I'm actually working there, like that.
Yeah.
Like, wait, so you're really delivering the mail? I'm like, yeah,
Slowing
yeah,
down your routes. You got to stop and take
yeah.
pictures.
This is the level of celebrity I am. I'm out here walking in the rain delivering the mail.
And what about the bar? Are they like lining up at the bar to meet you there too when you go?
No, I mean not really, but like sometimes the custom, like a lot of people, like I don't know, it's like maybe they don't want to say something, or they don't say something when I'm alone. I feel like when me and Louis are together, more people approach us. Like we just
Okay.
went to Belize last month, and like a couple from like the UK recognized us. And we were like, "Oh damn!" They didn't even know you watched that show. They were like, "Oh, Melissa and Louis from the telly." Like,
Yeah, I'm telling you,
I mean,
everybody
not
watches
Belize, St.
it.
Lucia, St. Lucia.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said Belize.
I saw that you guys went to St. Lucia. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, you went to Belize too? Go ahead, girl.
No,
Yes.
no, I know.
But yeah, and how
Oh,
about
yeah.
the friend? And then we'll get into the episode, guys. I just had another question for you. The friend that you were on the episode with that was kind
Fran.
of talking about how she didn't really trust Louis or the ring that went with you to have it appraised. How's that relationship dynamic now?
I mean, I feel like I really haven't been, I feel like we kind of grew apart, because I think like watching the show, like watching the episodes back, I kind of felt like, oh, maybe she did have like, a hidden agenda, or like my best interests weren't like, she didn't care. I don't know if she was like trying to like sabotage it, or like
He was
make
a
it look a
hater.
certain way. Yeah. So like I really haven't. And it's funny because after like the episodes aired and stuff, like she kind of stopped talking to me. So I don't know if like, because I don't know what she's saying, right? Like when we're filming until it airs. So then I guess like I feel like she knew that when I saw like what she was saying, what was really went down, that like
Guilty
I don't.
conscience.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I feel like, yeah, we're kind of like, I haven't really even like talked to her much, and I think that it's better off like if me and Louie want to move forward, because she's like, you know,
Yeah, she
like
was
right,
a
looking
hater,
at the.
Melissa. You could say she was a hater.
I know that she was. I know, and then I look back and I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I was like such an idiot going to get this ring appraised. Like I look like such a bitch, like she, but it was like I wasn't even like thinking, because I was just like, oh my god, you're right, you're right. What if this is, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think it would have been a hard dynamic to navigate anyway, because after Louis saw that as well, like, it's always hard when a friend doesn't like your boyfriend or your fiance. Like it starts to cause a separation anyway. So better now than
Right,
later,
yeah.
I'm sure.
So
So
she's definitely not going to be a bridesmaid.
clearly.
Clearly, yeah.
Well, let's get into the show, guys. There was so much to discuss. We're going to put the couples up here on the screen. Melissa has been watching this season as well. We chatted a little bit before we started, just laughing about the first couple that we're going to go into, which is at the top here, which is our throuple of the season, Ashley, Julius, and Alexis. Now, before we get into them, there's been a few things happening on the internet. We already know, spoiler alert, in case you didn't watch my recap last weekend, it is being alleged that Alexis is pregnant by Julius. That's what's out there. A Facebook baby shower page was discovered last week. I posted it for you guys. Now, when I posted it, Julius did come in my DMs and he said that, oh, that page is made by some stalker lady that he doesn't know. So then I responded, I said, so are you telling me there's no baby? And he said, I cannot confirm or deny that. And I responded saying, well, I already found your baby registry on Target. So what's up? And he never responded after that. So allegedly, but the streets are saying that Alexis and Julius are expecting a baby girl together. Exactly what they're saying. So allegedly, but that's what the streets are saying. Also, Julius went live after the episode Friday night. And if you guys saw when they made it to Alexis' house, there was like, I called it poison ivy hanging down. Like, did you see that, Melissa? There was like some
Yeah,
greenery
yeah.
hanging down the wall. So when he did the live, that same greenery was hanging on the wall. So everybody was speculating that he still lives with Alexis. And he was saying, no, y'all think y'all know everything. But when he went live a second time, they had took that down. So it's like, but the couch is still the same. So that's also alleged. But during his live, Melissa, he said that he felt catfished by Ashley, that, you know, the pictures that we're seeing on the show look older than what we're seeing now. He said he felt catfished, that he never really expressed that he loved her, or that he was going to be there to take care of her two children. Like, let's be honest, Melissa, he's 25 years old, right?
Right. Like he needs to be taken care of. Like
Exactly. He's 25 years old. He spent pretty much his youth in jail. He's been in jail the past 6 years. He went in at 18. Like, that's what I was saying. The delusion here to think that he's just going to come out and take care of her and be this stand-up husband is like, I don't know, but he went on live to say those things. And hi, see, according to Amber, I saw it on your page. She's on Instagram. Thank you for checking in. But because I could not find Ashley's page anywhere, Melissa. Like, I could not find her at all. Like, I've been searching, and my girl, according to Amber, was able to find her page. So she had put up some posts about what Julia said in the live and on the episode. So I'll just read to you guys what she says. She says, I don't know why he even asked me to be on this damn show in the first place. She said, well, thanks for the bag. She had a little money bag. Then she also said, in one of the interviews, Julia said, I haven't been intimate with a woman in 6 years. Why did he have to specify woman? Why couldn't he just say he hasn't had sex in 6 years? Because he was fruity in prison. What are your thoughts on that, Melissa? Did you get that from him saying that?
I mean, I didn't get that from him. And I feel like if I was to say that, like I would say, yeah, I haven't been with a man in 6 years. I wouldn't say like I haven't been with anyone in 6 years. Like you just say, like, I didn't get that vibe at all. I think he was just saying like, yeah, like they were talking about the women he was talking to, and he was like, yeah, I haven't been with a woman in 6 years. So
Yeah, and you know what it was for me too? I'm getting tired of that narrative, Melissa, like where things don't work out, and some of these women from the show, that's their first go-to. In some cases, yeah, it might have been, there's men coming out saying that they were in relationships with some of these castmates while they were in prison and things like that. But it just seems like it's an automatic go-to when it doesn't work out with some of the past shows that we've seen, and they start to allege that they are gay or they're sleeping with men in prison. We don't know that, but I just feel like it's becoming kind of often that that's the go-to. I don't know, but I
yeah, I
didn't get
guess it's like easier for them to accept the rejection if they're like,
that. That's a good
okay, it was
point.
a man, it's not me. Like
She also responded to him saying that she catfished him because he was saying that like he was pretty much down in her looks and how she looked on this past episode and that photo shoot, and saying that he was catfished by her. So she said Julius and I visit each other 3 times. She said Julius and I video visited each other 3 times while he was in prison. I'm not no fucking catfish. It's just I gained 90 pounds 9 months later. And it's weird for him to even speak on the situation. And she again said that he looks fruity. She also said that he needs to worry about lining up that pencil mustache that he has.
jeez.
She's been going off on Facebook, y'all. I posted it on my page, but she has risen and she is going off. Like, she's been silent the last couple of episodes, but that's what she had to say. So I don't know. Did you feel like she was catfishing?
I mean, I feel like a little confused because of like, okay, if she was like dressed the one way and looked the one way in her interviews and stuff, like why would she like wear have her hair like that or whatever when she knew she was going to be filmed?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like wouldn't she want to look more like
I don't know.
I don't know. Like I was like, okay, but she doesn't look like how she does in the other
Any of the
pictures.
pictures.
So I mean,
Anything.
but if she videoed him, then okay, then obviously he saw that. So I don't know what to say for the both of them. Like her saying she wasn't catfishing and then him saying she was, but it's like, okay, we obviously all could see that she doesn't look a lot like the pictures.
Right. And we don't know when these video visits were versus she saying she gained 90 pounds 9 months later. What do you mean? Did you like, I don't know.
Right.
And right, every picture they put up, they seem like really old pictures. They're not recent pictures. I don't know.
Yeah.
Some of y'all on the internet calling her a shapeshifter because they
Oh,
say every
I
time
saw
she
that.
comes on, she looks different. I don't know. She does have the ability. It could be her stripper past, but she does have an ability to wear different wigs and look like a totally different person. I will say that. So I
Yeah.
don't know if she catfished him or not, but if she sent him them pictures that we're seeing, she definitely catfished him.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean, a video visit could just be from like here up. He didn't know maybe
Right.
that she gained the 90 pounds. I don't know, but he's claiming that she's a catfish. She says otherwise. But if you guys again want to see the posts that she's been putting on Facebook, I did post them a few minutes before we started going live here. But let's see. We have some questions here. Victoria said, ask Melissa, how do you feel about the producers knowing that the men are cheating and telling lies, but not saying anything to the women like Ashley and Julius and Alexis?
I mean, I guess they have to know what they're getting into before they agree to be on the show. I mean, that's just the chance you're gonna take. I mean, I think that you just have to understand that going in. Like I was, prepared, I think mentally, like, okay, like something could happen, like a surprise could, pop up. Like that is part of the show. And I mean, and especially if these women have seen the show before. I mean, if you
That
even
part.
have the slightest suspicion that you were in that situation, like then I wouldn't agree to be on the show if I didn't want to broadcast it because you know that everyone's gonna find out once you're
Right.
on it. So I feel like, it's just that's just the way it is.
Yeah. And like these producers have no loyalty to these people. Their bottom line is a good rating show, right? So if
Right.
they
Yeah, that's
have
their job.
yeah, like the cameraman is not obligated. He's not your friend. Like,
Right.
and I think,
I mean, and then it's like, right, like if you were filming, like I couldn't even imagine, like, someone from the crew being like, hey, by the way, we saw Louis doing this. Like, no way. They don't give a
yeah.
shit.
Then the show's over, right? That's all. They
Right.
have
They're,
no
they're like hoping
loyalty.
they see something like that.
Right, right. And I was that's the bottom line. They have no loyalty. They're trying to make a good show, a juicy
Yeah.
show. So they're probably excited when they get a scenario
Right.
like
Like they're like, oh, we got a tip. Like, let's go.
But let's talk about the episode and what we saw. So Julius came out of prison. He was released in the last episode. In this episode, they're driving to breakfast. Alexis is upset because she didn't know that these friends were coming. He wants to ride with the friends. And what caught me immediately off guard was he said that he's on parole for a certain amount of years, that he can't be around criminals, he can't be around, any little punes, he can't be around any drugs. Yet he smoked in the car. Like,
I know.
what was that about?
Smoking a blunt and drinking with the open bottle of alcohol. It's like, okay, so then I can't take him seriously that he doesn't want, like, that he wants to stay on the straight and narrow. Because, okay, even if you're drinking, like, I don't even know what state that's in. Like, what state is that?
Ohio.
Ohio. I mean, I don't know if, like, is weed legal there?
I had the same question. I'm gonna look that up. Anybody know if I'm gonna
But
look it up right now.
definitely driving with an open container is not legal, I'm sure. So, like, what?
Yeah, I felt the same way. Part of me feels like I know a lot of people, well, let me see, it says in November, Ohio voters approved to legalize the sale of marijuana by state licensed dispensaries, individuals age 21 and over. So it looks like it is legal out there.
but I still don't think that it's legal, like as far
On a
as
parole.
like to get, because like okay, Louis on probation too, and I think that if he even smoked weed and took a drug test, like you would still get in trouble.
Yeah, I believe, yes, it's legal for those that are not in trouble. I
Right.
think that,
Yeah.
or that are not on parole, but it says that they voted for that in November of 2023. So they
Oh,
said,
okay.
it's not prohibited in enclosed public spaces or things
Huh.
like that, which is, same here in Jersey.
Right.
But yeah, I don't think that it's legal for him on parole to be doing that. So I know people were saying that he's going to go straight back to jail. I personally, I don't know that to be the case. I just think he's young, guys. Like, he's
Yeah.
25 years old. I
He's
don't want to see him
immature.
go back, but he
And
has
he's
a
like,
lot
he's
of
a good
growing up
looking
to do.
guy, he's a good looking kid. And it's like having these girls, like I feel like, and even now that he's on social media, it's like,
It's gonna
who
get worse.
knows? He's gonna be, yeah, it's like, sorry, Alexis, but
I was looking through his followers trying to find Ashley, and I was like, it's all OnlyFans girls. Like, that's all that's liking his pictures. That's all that's following him is a bunch of
yeah,
OnlyFans
I'm
girls.
not surprised. He's like, he reminds me of like, remember that mugshot, the hot Fallon? Like,
Basically, the women love him. I mean, he's definitely not my type. The light skin, tall. Like, you're asking for trouble.
yeah, he's asking for,
Yeah, but yeah, so he's drinking and smoking right out the bat, and I was kind of also a little tickled that Alexis was so mad that they traveled, that he didn't want to ride with her, and it was a 9-minute drive.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
I thought they were going like an hour away somewhere. The way she was mad, like,
right, like yeah, like it was gonna, come in between them. They weren't gonna even be able to talk, and it's like, okay, you're just driving right to the restaurant.
yeah, and he did say, last episode that, look, I'm gonna take this long ride to you to the house afterwards. Like, I was surprised. I get she just thought that the day was gonna be the two of them. I think overall she was just upset and surprised that the guys were even there to begin with. But I really felt like 9 minutes, I would have let him have that. I don't know.
Yeah, like, is it really worth pissing him off already? Because then he was on the phone in the hallway with Ashley.
Exactly, which brings me to our next point. They were eating breakfast. He faked going to the bathroom to call Ashley, and he's telling Ashley that he's with his mom, who we've yet to see any family of Julius at
Yeah.
all at the release, and nowhere to be found. He hasn't even used the cell phone for us anyway on camera to call his mom. I'm trying to figure out, did the mom exist? Because we haven't seen her at all. I don't know. But he went to call Ashley, and she's yelling in the phone. She's in the hotel prepared for him. She done went to Party City and put the room together with balloons and everything. And she's so excited. She's yelling, "I love you," in the phone. And he's like, yeah, always.
Yeah, and that's the second time he did that. And then she's like, "Oh, what's going on with him that now he doesn't say I love you?" But it's like, from the viewer standpoint, it's like, okay, well, is there any proof that he ever said it? Or is
That's
that
what
just
I'm
like in her
saying.
delusional head?
Yeah, because Julius is, I'm telling you that on his live, he's making like that's never nothing. He's never said that to her, that he never led her to believe that he loves her. Their stories are night and day. So I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna need like some proof,
Yeah.
Ashley.
Some recorded phone calls.
Yeah.
Show us a letter he wrote from prison, something where he said, "I love you," but we haven't heard
Yeah.
him say that. And we see also, she's getting ready in the hotel. She's putting on she called it her Shanae wig, where she totally changed, looking like a different person from the slick back ponytail. And he is with Alexis. They get home together, and he calls Ashley again from the balcony. And he's telling her again that he's with his mom. They're going to get food and do some other errands. And she's getting upset because it's also Ashley's birthday. So she feels like he's ruining her birthday. And I'm just thinking, how come Alexis didn't hear? What does she think when he's going out on the balcony? Like, how
Right.
did
I
he
would be like,
explain
why
that?
didn't you could talk to your mom right here?
Yeah. And she didn't hear that. Maybe because she was running the shower water. I don't know. But she
Yeah.
didn't hear him out there on the balcony. That's weird
Yeah.
on her end too. Like I would be very, very suspicious. But he's telling her that he can't get with her that night. She asked, "Where are you sleeping?" He said, "With my peoples." And she asked, "Who are your peoples?" And he said, "My mom." I her intuition is completely on here because she's like, "Well, I don't want to hear anything. I want to see you tomorrow." And he's just like, all right, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. He hangs up on her. But her tuition is spot on. She's saying, "I think he's with someone else. There's a reason why he's not saying I love you. I don't believe he's with his mom." So it's like, go with your gut, sis, because
Yeah.
it's exactly what's right.
Yeah. And her friends, aren't buying it either. So
One of her friends was saying how they went through this before, right? Like they went through this, they had someone that was in jail that came out and it was just jail talk and they came out and did their own thing. So she's speaking from experience as well.
like this is too familiar.
Right. So yeah, we'll see. Ashley went on to put her wig back on and do a photo shoot. She's sending these thirst trap pictures to Julius that I don't even think that he was getting because at that point he was getting in the shower with Alexis. His phone probably on do not disturb at this point, but her friends hyped her up to do that photo shoot. She's bent over in the bed, getting her photo shoot on, and she's sending them to Julius. So I'm excited to see. I know Melissa, you said as well. I'm excited to see if he actually does go to see her next week.
Yeah, like because then that's really gonna make us, give us the info of okay, is she full of it or did something really happen? Because if he goes and sees her, like then okay, obviously something was going on. You were saying something to her.
Yeah, so I'm excited. This couple has me intrigued. They're
Yeah.
hilarious. Julius is hilarious.
Yeah.
I want to see, does he finally make it to the hotel? Does she have to check out or extend it another day? I don't know if she had a one night stay. I don't know. What were your thoughts on the photo shoot? I'm curious.
Yeah, I was like, that's bold, but I mean,
Melissa's so nice.
I, I don't know. I'm just like this guy. She wants him to run away or something because you're gonna scare him. I mean, that with the dinosaur head. I mean,
Yes, and a lot of you guys were saying too in my comments, like her friends set her up to do that photo shoot and hype her up. I don't know. I don't know what the jean shorts were about that she had rolled down. I don't know. Maybe that was so it could be aired on camera. I have no idea.
right, maybe her friends like I don't know another hater that's like, oh look what she's gonna look like on TV because like I would hope my friends like hell no. Like,
True Body on Instagram said, "I want to know, does she still have a job? Can't be in a home nurse and take care of him? I don't know. She doesn't post. Alexis doesn't post too much about her job. I'm wondering the same because she was talking to him. She had a very personal phone call in that woman's house last episode. She's talking about sexy time in the woman kitchen. I don't know. She did post that her and the girl she was training, that they're still good friends and they were dancing together and they were in their scrubs. I don't know. It did look like an old video from when they were filming that episode. So I don't know if she still has her job or not. You know, a lot of people do lose their job after coming on this show sometimes. So I don't know, but that was totally unprofessional that she had that conversation in that
I know. And
home.
I'm like, okay, even if like the lady obviously, gave her consent for the producers to be here, but did the company, because
Yeah,
I
right.
can't imagine that they would want to be like wrapped up in
And
that kind of
something like that.
drama. Like, oh yeah,
It was
send your loved ones
hilarious.
to us.
It was hilarious when she told the lady that he was getting out of jail, and she took her blood pressure and she was like, "Your pressure's up. Are you nervous?" I was like, "Yeah, she's nervous for you."
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know Chubani if she still has a job or not. She's laying low, I told you, because allegedly she's pregnant. So she's not posting too many recent things right now. She's just promoting the show mostly is all you see on her page. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
All right. Tori is saying, please do Brooklyn next. All gas and no brakes. Yes, that's exactly where we are going next. The couple right here in the center, Brooklyn and Brian. Just to give you a little background on Brooklyn and Brian. Brooklyn knew Brian in high school, although they didn't date. It's kind of similar to you, Melissa, where it
I
seems
know.
like
I
she
was like,
had a
oh my
crush.
God, another high school.
She had a crush
Crush.
on Brian, but
Yeah.
they didn't really date. She said they did a little flirting later on in life, but then he went to prison for 6 years and she decided to wait for him the entire 6 years. And they have formed this relationship. Her family is not buying it. Her brother is not buying it, thinking that he's just using her. He's not going to be faithful to her. And there's concern because Brooklyn has a trust fund. Her mother passed away from a brain aneurysm, if I recall. Like she was complaining of headaches. It seems like the hospital may have not taken it seriously and she passed away. So there was a wrongful death suit that happened when she was younger, and her brother got a large trust fund from that lawsuit. She didn't say the amount, which I wouldn't expect her to. Why would you? Because then everybody
Yeah.
will be after you.
Yeah.
But there's concern that Brian is only with her for her money or for what she can do for him. So in this episode, she's rushing to go to the jail to meet up with Brian. But I don't understand, Melissa. How does she expect if he was supposed to leave the prison and go straight to the halfway house? Was she really expecting for that van to stop and let her get a hug?
Yeah, that right. I don't know like why she even went there. I mean, if anything, I would be waiting at the halfway house where at least he was gonna get out of the car. I mean, like, right, they're not gonna be like, oh, we're on our way to the halfway house. Oh, you know that girl? Okay, let's pull over. Like, they're just transporting him. Like,
And you guys had me dying in the comments too. Or some of the followers were saying he probably told them like, keep going, keep going.
oh, do you
Y'all is
know her? Nope,
hilarious.
never seen her.
Lily, thank you for checking on YouTube. Said that whole Brooklyn scene, OMG, she only got a glimpse of him. That sucks. She was like, that looks like him in the tinted
Yeah.
minivan. And Tori said, those cat hills, though, meow. She is funny to me. Yeah, like she's running around with like a head, like a chicken with a head cut off. She couldn't find her keys to leave the house. And she's acting like she's running late to see him. And I'm saying, you did all of that and you knew you wasn't going to see him. Like, come on. You knew that.
Yeah, I don't know what she was expecting, and then she's like, she was setting herself up for disappointment because what did you think? Like, right, she's wearing her black dress, and like he was, I don't know what she thought. The van was gonna pull over and like say,
She
get
was,
in, fine, get in, you can come for the
like she
ride.
was better off going straight to the halfway house and at
Yeah,
least getting a glimpse of him going into the halfway house. Like, halfway house to me is just another form of jail. There's no, like she said, it was jail with perks, but to me, it's the same exact thing,
yeah.
except they get to go out and go to work, and that's about it. But yeah, so she ended up going to the halfway house to drop off some things she had for him. But in return, they gave her some of his stuff that he had while in prison. And along with that was a tablet that he had in jail. And in the back of the tablet were some pictures. Now they were blurred out, but the girl looked good. Like she was giving body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. So
Yeah.
Brooklyn is upset at these pictures. So do you think that that was an actual woman he's dating, or do you think it was just like some vixen or a poster of a sexy woman he had? What do you think?
I mean, I think probably it was someone he was talking to, because who, like, the when she said the girl from Jersey, right? Like that, oh, he liked her. He was really, and then she had to put a stop to it. So it's like, was she letting him talk to other women? Like I didn't, like, did I miss that part? Or like over this 6 year span, like, okay, so it wasn't just her for him, I guess.
Yeah, it came off to me as if she was kind of doing the same we saw in the last season, with maybe allowing him to talk to other women, maybe for money, for a company or something like that. I don't know. She
Right, as long as
opened
it didn't
that.
cross the line or whatever. But it's like,
Right.
okay, well, if he's carrying, if that is one of the women and he's carrying around her picture.
I don't know, because I think, Tori, it looks like you're saying you think it's a pic of a model
Okay.
on the back of the tablet, but I don't know, because in the trailer there is a scene where there's like a guy in a hotel room with a woman with a real sexy body like that. She's in lingerie and he gives her a little tap on the ass. So I'm like, is that Brian with this woman? I don't know, guys. So I was wondering, y'all let me know in the comments as well. Did you think that that was just some model that he doesn't know, or is it someone he's actually dating? I don't know, because why would he leave that in the tablet?
Right, that's what we were saying. Like Woody, and like that tablet, like he just had it. It wasn't like it was after he was already in the halfway house, and then he was like, "Oh, I forgot that was from prison like a year ago." It's like he just had it. So
I don't know, guys. We'll have to see. Does Brooklyn family, her brother, approve? Does, are they right? Is he really there to love her? We'll see his explanation about the picture, because he called after she saw the picture and she immediately went to question him about it. So we'll see. As this story keeps unfolding, is that little baddie really one of his boos or not? We'll have to see. Toria said that because it's a model, he was being his Me Too. He wouldn't leave a pic of a woman he's dealing with. That's too easy to be caught up. I don't know, Toria. I was telling, and sorry to one of my friends, I won't say her name, but she was dating a guy and he was on his way home and they sent all his stuff home. And in his stuff was like letters from other women. She was able to see, read, and now you have this box of shit, and then he's on his way home. What do you do at that point? Like, she didn't leave, but I'm telling you, it does happen. So I
yeah,
don't
I
I
wouldn't
don't
put anything
know.
past him. Like whatever you think the craziest scenario, like how could he not? Like believe me, they find a way.
So I don't know. I don't know. It could go either way. It could be a model. It could be someone he's seeing. We could have another throuple. Who knows
Yeah.
on the show? But I'm tuned in and seated to find out. So what's the next couple we should talk about next? We talked about Brooklyn and Brian and the throuple. How about Brooke and JK? Who's up here in the top right corner? Brooke and JK. JK was released in this episode. Brooke and his mom went to pick him up. He definitely is giving mommy boy vibes. Melissa, you know a little bit about
I'm
that.
like, he reminds me of Louis, like the mom, the teeth. He needs to like get his teeth fixed.
I asked that in my last recap, like what happened to his teeth, but then we got more into it. It wasn't that he's just some like thuggish guy. It seems like he did have substance abuse issues as well before
Yeah.
getting locked up. So I said, oh, that's where his teeth were. Because I was asking my followers, like, did they get knocked out in jail? What happened to his teeth? I don't know. But learning that he did have some substance abuse issues, I said, okay, that's where his teeth went. But him
Yeah.
coming out and the mom wanting the first hug, that reminded me
Yeah.
of
I'm like, this is deja vu.
she wanted the first hug, which she was able to get. And then he hugged Brooke. They leave to go eat, and we find out that JK is on parole until 2033. That's a long time. And also a part of that, he didn't mention for how long, but he also has to go on house arrest. So he has to go get an ankle monitor put on. So he's basically It's no different to me as than a halfway house, parole. It's all still just jail on the outside. So he has to walk the straight and narrow until 2033. Long ass time. I'm not gonna hold you. So Lily also said on YouTube, that Brooke chick needs to pump the brakes. She really wants to have that man's baby. I agreed with his mother that they need to wait, but I think I saw a post where she gave birth to a baby boy. What? Lily coming with the tea? I'm going to have to look that
No, I
up.
feel like I saw a clip of that somewhere. I don't remember where I was scrolling, but it was like her holding a baby. But then I was like, okay, but maybe it was from a long time ago, like with her, one of her sons. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, guess who's on the case? I'll definitely be looking
Yeah.
into that. I'll be
So,
looking into that after this episode for sure.
yeah, but she definitely needs to wait. I mean, I don't like, she already has like both her other sons, like the baby daddies aren't involved. So it's like, I
Too,
think you
yeah.
need to like take it slow and like try to, wait until you think he's ready. I mean, he doesn't even have a job. He just got out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, and she's not alone in the delusion. I mean, he came out with a shirt that said like, what did it say, husband, daddy, king, or
Yeah.
something like that. So he's full on ready to have a child as well, not thinking about. I feel like everyone is oblivious to how hard it is to establish your life after being in prison. It is not easy. Once you have a record,
Yeah.
finding a job is no joke. It's not a walk in the park. Like, I don't know why they
Yeah.
just think that, oh, and she's like, she said it before, well, I made it work with the other two kids, and her mother is looking at her like, yeah, because I'm helping you, girl. Like, no, you
Right.
don't
Yeah.
need to have another baby. But yeah,
Yeah. I
he
don't
seems
know.
fully on board with it as well. And right, the mother is not having it. Like, she's not trying to hear. She's saying everything that you guys are saying in the comments, that Melissa said, that they need to establish themselves, find a job, prove that he's able to stay out of jail, that he's not going to go back. He has to prove himself, right?
Yeah.
Before we can even consider that. Like, I don't know where either one of their heads are. Not to mention, she's still worried about the ex-girlfriend. So before you go jumping and having a baby, you might want to figure out what's going on with the ex-girlfriend, Alex, that the mom is saying is still part of the
Still talking
family.
to him. Right. Yeah. I'm like, the third throuple, that'll be the third. Yeah, it's like, and JK's kind of like, yeah, I'm trying, like, I'm gonna try to be with, just Brooke. Like, he's gonna try. So I don't know. He seems like he's kind of like a player too, and has never really been with like one girl. And especially in prison, I feel like, right, he was talking to a lot of women. The mom said she thinks he had more women in prison than he did on the streets.
Exactly. Mom telling all the tea. So yeah,
Yeah.
she might want to look into that before she just decides that they're going to have a baby. But she's saying she's not on birth control. They have no plans of using condoms. He seems to think he has a strong pullout game, even though he's been locked up for 6 years. So good luck with that. But
Yeah.
I would
Good luck,
definitely.
because that first time is going to be in 5 minutes. I hope he's quick. No, not even minutes. Seconds.
So we'll see. But he's saying he got it. That's their plan of birth control, his strong pullout game. So, but Lily, I will definitely look into that. Yeah, I don't know if it was from one of her older sons' pictures or videos, but I will definitely investigate that after this episode for sure. So yeah, well, I don't know what's gonna happen with them, but I'm interested to see this best friend that's now rooming with Brooke, that also roomed with the ex-girlfriend. I'm like, this best friend is just moving from girlfriend to girlfriend. Like, she
Yeah.
just doesn't have her own place, and she's living off of his girlfriends. So we'll see what happens there. And with Alex, and do they listen? They said to mom, we're gonna listen. We heard you, but we'll see if that's actually the case or not. Who else did we see this episode? Oh, I want to talk about the new couple we met this this episode, Will and Courtney.
Yeah.
So I said it before. Will is your typical, we always get one cornball, we always get one nerdy guy that falls in love with the bad girl. So this is our couple. They're here on the second row,
Yeah.
Will and Courtney. And let's talk a little bit about Will. So Will is he said he's a video gaming nerd. He's an IT worker. Are we shocked? No, but he's an IT worker. And he said he's making a dating app for furries. And I was like, what the hell is that? Melissa, do you know what a furry is?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes. It's like they like identify as like cats or something. Like I'm telling you, because when my daughter was in high school, like last year, there was like furries in the high school.
Yeah, I'm looking at what
Like I
Wikipedia
don't really
says
know
there.
what the whole, but like I know it's like this new craze. Like I think of taking emo to the whole next level. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
like
like I
Wikipedia
don't
says
know,
it.
like right, as adults, like I didn't know there was like adults who thought they were furries.
It says the furry fandom on this is Wikipedia, guys. It says
Okay.
the furry fandom is a subculture interested in animal characters. Some examples, the attributes include exhibiting human intelligence and facial expressions, speaking, walking on two legs, and wearing furry clothes. So I'm gonna put this. Let me show y'all in
Oh
the
my
camera. But this is
God.
what I see. Like they're in like, I don't know if y'all can see that, but they're all in these like furry animal outfits. Yeah. Lily's like furries. Yeah. And they put a picture up of one guy dressed like a wolf, but Will is in the process of creating a dating app for, I guess, furries to meet other furries that want to date. He says there's a space for that. So he is creating a furry dating app. I literally wrote in my notes, what the fuck is a furry?
He did specify he himself is not a furry.
Yes, he's not a furry, but he is creating a dating app for one furry to meet another. And Live Through Me, thank you, on Instagram says people who identify as animals. Got it. Okay. So that's what he's up to. And I agree with Toria. She said that Will has a bit of a bad side to him as well, which we'll get into. But he basically came across Courtney on IG. I don't know what's in his explore page that he came across a site of mugshots, but he saw Courtney's mugshot. He thought she was beautiful. He said that her bio was very honest. I don't know what was in her bio on her page on this prison site, but he said that her bio was honest. He was intrigued. She's in jail for theft, stolen vehicle, as well as reckless endangerment. She's been in jail for about a year. She said that she, in high school, she got in with the wrong crowd and she started, drinking, drugging, and went down a bad path and ended up locked up. This is her first time locked up. So she's doing about a year and she's on her way home. And that her and Will have been dating for 6 months. But Melissa, when she talked about why she likes Will, the first thing that came out of her mouth is because he seems to be successful.
Oh yeah, and that's
And that he
important to
has,
me.
yeah, that he seems to be successful and that he has all his teeth. Those were her
Oh,
two top
yes.
reasons.
Oh my God. I know. And she's like, because a lot of guys that are, reaching out to me don't have all their teeth.
So that sent up a red flag to me. I don't know. Do you think that she's really into him, or was that a red flag in your mind as well?
Yeah, no, I don't think she's into him at all. I mean, especially later on in the episode, he's like, "Oh, if we get, married, do you want to marry me?" And it's like, pause.
Crickets.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the question? And he's like,
Yes. So Will has already spent a little over, he said 2,500. So he spent a little over $2,000 on her in the 6 months that they are dating. Will said that he has not had a relationship with a woman in 8 to 9 years.
yeah. So what the hell has he been doing?
don't know, Melissa. And I wasn't sure how to take that. I wasn't sure if it's you haven't slept with anyone, maybe, or is it just not a relationship? But whatever it is, it ain't been with a woman in 8 to 9 years. So yeah.
Yeah. And how was that pocketbook $200 in the store?
What
Like,
store was that? I don't
I don't
know.
know. He was like, "Oh, I'll take it. It's $200." I'm like, $200? Like, what is this guy just like oblivious to like? I thought it was like in a thrift shop or so. I don't know. It looked like no, like a little boutique or I don't know. But I'm like $200. He's I don't know. Maybe he was exploring his furry side for 8 years, and now he's
Yeah, well, I don't know. He said he's not a furry.
yeah,
I don't believe that. I believe he's a reformed furry, and now
yeah,
he's
yeah,
looking for an actual woman. But yeah, he said he hasn't had a relationship in 8 to 9 years.
yeah.
So I was shocked by that. I was like, oh my God, he gonna turn her every way but loose when she get out.
If she lets him, she's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, I got my
that
period.
part,
I
that
can't."
part. Because that's also part of these like nerdy relationships that we see, right? The woman is,
Right, they get
you
out, and
know,
then it's like
they
the
don't want
guy's
to sleep
thing.
with
Yeah,
them.
right. The first night's gonna be all this, and then the woman's like, "Oh, not
I don't
yet."
want to. So, yeah, but he is on the phone with her and she tells him that she got denied being paroled to another state where he lives so that she will have to stay. I believe she's in prison in Oregon. So she's going to have to stay there. She's not allowed to move with him. And she says that because they're not married, they're not family, that she was denied the parole move to his state. So he's pretty much like Melissa said, he's like, well, how do we solve that? Let's get married. I want to marry you. And he's asking her, like, do you want to get married? And like Melissa said, it was an awkward pause of, yeah. So he's like, well, that didn't sound too convincing. And she's like, I mean, yeah, I want to marry you. So that's what it seems like he's going to be in pursuit of now, is to marry her when she gets out so that she can move to the state where he lives and they can be able to live together. So I don't know. Victoria said the purse was ugly. And that it looked like it was a thrift store.
Yeah, I don't know where the $200 came from. I mean, I guess we'll have to see as the next episode, and if they ever meet up, or this is just her way out of the whole situation. Like, oh, parole said no. I guess it's better we just give up on the street.
We'll see, because he traveled to her. He went to Oregon for her release and met up with her mom. So he is there. So I don't know how she's gonna get around at least seeing him when she's released, because he's there ready for her to get out. So he meets up with Courtney's mom, and that it was just that tickled me too. Like, you're meeting and having dinner with her mom before you even meet her in person. So the mom didn't seem convinced. She said that Will is not Courtney's type, that she usually goes for the bad guys, the bad boys, so that she wasn't really convinced. But he did share a bit of his story, which was shocking. I think Tori was saying, Will has a bit of a bad side to him. But we find out that Will dropped out of high school. He did end up getting a GED afterward, but he dropped out of high school. He was into rave parties. So he was into doing Molly, drinking, doing a lot of, drinking, drugging, partying. And he said that he lost a best friend who seemed to have unalived themselves. And that kind of changed his perspective, and that he's been clean and sober. I think, how long did he say? A few years, I think he said, and that he has no desire to go back. So, he is a little nerdy, but it looks like he had a wild side to him at one point. So that also made the mom concerned, right? Hearing that he had a past of that, and that she wants her daughter to come out, get focused. She doesn't think it's a good idea for her to move with Will. She barely knows him. What mom would? And we'll have to see what develops with that story. But he's there, Melissa. He's in Oregon. He's waiting for her to get out. So we'll see if they get
We'll
married
see
or not.
if she gets out.
Yeah, like is she getting out?
She
Is she
runs
gonna
out
have
the back door and she's calling her mom like, meet me around back.
meet me around the back? Let's go. I don't know. So it's another question in the air of was she just using him for prison? Does she really have any idea what she's getting into, or does she really even want to move to Oregon with him? I don't know. I'm not convinced though. I'm not. I'm really not. Live Through Me on Instagram says she's gonna end up in a cage in the basement.
Like
Oh,
you, like the show You. Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I don't know. Now, if this furry app blows up and she
yeah.
don't stay with him, you're gonna be done missed your good ride. So we'll see.
If we see her with any sort of cat ears or tail in the next few episodes,
We'll
we know he turned her.
We'll have to see. But I do believe that's what he was doing these last 8 to 9 years. I definitely believe that, Melissa.
Yeah.
So our last couple that we saw in this episode was down here at the bottom, Savannah and Bradley. And the episode before, just a quick recap, Savannah and Bradley was released for prison. They came home and they were supposed to have dinner with Savannah's grandmother who bailed on them. So she sent Savannah's mom in replacement for them to have dinner with. And Bradley was not into it. Like Bradley and Savannah's mom had got into a little bit of an argument while he was in prison over the phone. He wasn't, he seemed very anxious his first day out, like just overwhelmed by everything. And he was not in the mood to meet her. And he was like, then we're gonna have to cook for her and all of that. I don't want to do that. I'm tired. We've been traveling. It's my first day out. I just want to relax. But he did have a quick conversation with the mom. They go upstairs. Savannah is ready to get down and dirty, do the brown chicken brown round. And it was like, she also talked about, we know Savannah was about 300 plus pounds in her past. She's lost a lot of weight through gastric bypass. She had some, like a tummy tuck, but she said that her body, there's still work to be done in her eyes. And Bradley seemed unattracted to her. He said that sex was not on his mind, that he wasn't looking to sleep with her that first night, and that her body has definitely changed. He honestly, Melissa, seemed more attracted to her at her weight when she was addicted to drugs. He was saying like, yeah, she was like 130 pounds. And now, she has this, what he called healthy weight is what he called it.
I could punch him in the face. Like, he's like, because like, first of all, you know that she, was overweight prior and that she had these surgeries. And like, I just thought it was crazy that he was like, oh, her body's not like what I remember or whatever. I'm like, okay, but you've been talking to her for how long? Like, oh, she looks like 151 now, or like,
yeah, like she gained like 20 pounds and
like I was like,
he's
okay, well, I mean,
and so I said, if a man loves you, he loves you at any weight. That's number one.
yeah.
Number two, Bradley didn't come out with some rock hard body himself. So sit down somewhere.
Right.
Like, it's not
That
like
beard
you were
is
in
hideous.
prison. Yeah, like you weren't in prison, pushing 100 pounds and looking
Yeah.
great when you came out either.
Like these guys are like out of their minds. Some of them, I swear. It's like you just got out of prison. Like you don't even have a job yet. Well, I mean, he said he's got one lined up, but whatever. And you're like commenting on, oh, she's what, $150. Like, I don't know. I
Not
would have
to
been like, goodbye,
mention,
get out of the bed. You don't want to like.
right, but he didn't say that to her face. He just said
Right.
it
Oh
in the
yeah.
confessional to
Yeah.
all of us. But also, you agreed to pay for her BBL and then backed out of it. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for this flat tummy, big ass, you were the one that was supposed to pay for it. So
Where do you think it's coming from?
I don't know. So he's starting his roofing job on Monday. That's what he said. So he better collect them coins to pay for the BBL if that's what he wants.
Yeah.
But it seemed like a total 180 in this episode because he actually did sleep with her. And he's telling her that it was a 10. It was so great. So I'm like, well, what the hell happened from last episode to this one? I was totally confused. Lily says Savannah looks great. She does. She looks
Yeah.
great and she looks healthy. Why would you want her at her addiction weight? That made absolutely no sense. But apparently he's had a change of heart, Melissa. He said that it was a 10. He said he don't know what it was for her because she said it was pretty quick, like you were saying
Yeah.
the first time. But he's saying it's a 10. Do you believe that?
I don't know. I mean, he did seem like weird when he first got out, you know? So maybe he was just like off. He wasn't, you know, he had anxiety or whatever, and he was, you know, confused. I don't know. I'm hoping that he's gonna come around because, you know, she's nice, but I don't know. He kind of seems like that's what she wants to hear, so he's gonna say that. Like he doesn't seem 100% into her. Is what
Yeah.
I like. I don't
Right.
know.
And I could see that because even before she came home, like she wanted to get the tattoos. He was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not doing that." He's been honest up to, up to a fault, or at least until talking about her body, about
Yeah.
his boundaries of not doing tattoos. And I don't felt like he's lied to her in that sense. But right, it doesn't seem like he's too into her. And her sister, his sister, the one that was on the episode, she has been going off on social media since Love during Lockup, saying like he doesn't like her, he's not into her. She even alleges that Savannah went back to using, that the family doesn't like her, and she's driving Bradley insane. So that's just some things that the sisters have been saying online. But yeah, speaking of the sisters, that's one thing that Bradley and Savannah are trying to navigate. So he suggests he's having a welcome home party, and he suggests that they sit down with Alyssa, see where her head's at before he invites her to the party, because Savannah and Alyssa apparently became best friends while Bradley was locked up. It also seems like her name's Alyssa, that she may have had some past drug addictions, and I don't know if there was like a codependency there between her and Savannah, but they were good friends, but toxic friends, always arguing, fighting. So Bradley said, listen, you need to separate from her. And he asked her to cut off the friendship, which she did. So they sit down with Alyssa, and she pretty much says that she's in therapy and she's changed. And I'm like, you've been in therapy for like 2 minutes, but she's saying that she's changed. Do you believe that? Like, did you get the sense that she's some changed person from
No,
them
she's
sitting
like a
down?
maniac.
Yeah,
And honestly, I
definitely.
think like because she said she went to prison for a year, right? And Savannah went to rehab. So like I wonder, like, right, maybe she's pissed off that she, you know, ended up having to go to prison or whatever for the year and Savannah got to go to rehab. I don't know. But like no, I don't think she changed, and I don't think she wants to get along. I think she like wants to be the cause of all the drama between them.
Yeah. And one thing I forgot to mention too, like when Bradley was in the barbershop, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like Savannah is like, even though I was on her side with what he said about her weight, Savannah seems toxic to me as well. She seems like she has some growing up to do. And normally I'm on the side of the person not in jail saying like run away. No. But in this case, I was kind of like, Bradley, run. But when they showed the clip of like 3 hours earlier when he was texting and she's like, who are you texting? Like, stop texting and get back to me. Like, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
girl.
And
So,
then she was like when he was talking to his sister, I think it was before they all met up, and he was like, you know, I have enough stress like trying to make sure that she's not overwhelmed for the day or mad about this or mad about that. And I'm like, oh God, she needs like a therapist or like she's gonna put too much pressure on him to like make sure she's okay at every second of the day. Like it's
yeah.
never gonna work. And I think like she lives in a big ass house. I'm like, damn, she's like spoiled or something.
Yeah, her grandmother, it seems like her side of the family, her grandmother has done well for herself in life, and she's living in like a whole separate part of the house. But I think
Yeah,
it's her
like does she
grandmother that has
work?
the
Like I
money.
don't know if she's very self-sufficient either. It kind of just seems that she's like, you know. So I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
all I can say is we haven't seen her go to any job on this
Right. Yeah.
show. She's living with her grandmother. It seems like she's comfortable there, but we have not seen Savannah go to
Yeah.
work at all in any season of this show or even
Yeah.
speak about a job. We really haven't. It's just been about tattoos, BBLs, and Bradley. So
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
know if
know.
Bradley's gonna keep her sane because
She seemed like she wants or needs constant reassurance.
yeah,
She also wants all of his time. So I don't know how that's going to work with him going. He's going to start work. He's going to have a social life. The man has been locked up. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't see this relationship lasting long, just being honest.
yeah, no, me neither. He seems like, I mean, he didn't seem interested from the beginning. And now with all this, like the kind of attention that she needs, like once he starts working and stuff, I don't think that he's going to be able to stick around.
Yeah, but I'm excited for this welcome home party because Alyssa seems like she's going to get the shit started. So
Yeah.
I hope it looks like she got an invite after their conversation where she played cool just so she could get invited. But it definitely seems like her and Savannah are very toxic in the same way, for sure. And I am excited to see what happens at this welcome party. I love the mess. I'm not even gonna hold you. I do. I love all the mess. So I can't wait for it. But yeah, guys, those are all the couples we saw on not last night, Friday's episode of Love After Lockup. Melissa, I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. I know you are a busy girl hustling. She got that Jersey hustle in her that we all have. So
We don't really
appreciate
have
it.
a choice out here.
I'm trying to tell you. I be trying to tell so because some of the other, like I had Kim on here before, and she's in North Carolina, and I'm like, girl, like mortgage is cheaper than an apartment around here, so it's like you gotta keep your hustles up
I
in
know
Jersey
someone
for
was like
sure.
commenting, why would you work 2 jobs? You work at the post office. That's good money. And I'm like, yeah, what state do you live in? Because in New Jersey, it ain't. Like, have you seen what stuff costs out here?
I'm trying
Like,
to tell you, yes, you definitely need multiple streams if
yeah.
you're gonna make it in Jersey. And I've been here all my life, so I'm
But yeah,
like,
same.
so you better be in a couple, and both of you need 2-3 jobs to
Yeah.
make it work. So, but I appreciate you coming on, guys. Thank you. Make sure you guys follow Melissa on her page. Melissa, what's your page so everybody knows where they can find you?
Melissa K _ love during lockup. I still have the love during.
All right, and she's tagged
Yes.
in my post so you guys can find her. And for me, guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's at Reality Recap 2876. Send stars, click the like, click the love button. I appreciate you guys coming in and commenting. I have another guest for you guys next week. We're working it out, but it seems like next week I'll recap. We're gonna have Indy on from a past season of Love After Lockup as well. So, do you talk to Melissa? Do you talk to anyone from other seasons? Are you cool
No,
with any?
well, Indy and I will comment on each other's stuff, because we were on Love During together, and then but I mean, I've never like met anyone out of like in real life. Only we'll like comment, show each other the love on social media, but that's really it.
Yeah, and I think it's because half of these people are in Ohio. It seems like Ohio is where all the criminals are coming from
Yeah,
on
I
this
know.
show. So nobody's really over
And
here
I've
in
never been
Jersey.
there. So.
Yeah, me either. Nobody's really coming out of Jersey except for you and Louie. Just once in a blue, we get a couple from this side of the state. So I could see that happening. But yeah, I'm working it out. We're gonna still work it. Indy was moving. She posted that, so we're gonna try to work that out and have her on next week. So you guys stay tuned for that. So again, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Melissa, again, thank you for stopping by, guys. And I will be back Monday to recap tonight's episode of Real Housewife of Atlanta and the Married to Medicine reunion. So set your alerts for that, guys. And I will see you guys on Monday. Everyone have a great Sunday.
Bye.